Welcome, connected people. It is me again. Oh, there we go. Some things have changed. Sorry for the long hiatus. I'm finally back, and I finished the maps of the area. So yeah, as you can see, this is basically where we're standing right now. So this is the what I call the spawn valley. Up there, you can actually see the house of Sam and Westies. It got a new red roof. Woohoo! That's cool. Over here is where Grondo lives. And over there is the lava temple that you can't see. There's a tiny farm on top of the mountain there. Over here is actually something I will show you in a later episode. This is the tower over there. And this is where the tower lives that I built this tower for. So you can basically go and go. The tower hasn't been growing recently. But at some point I will finish it or work on it. I'm not sure if it's ever finished. I mean, everything's always a work in progress, as you know. But yeah, I wanted to show you actually why I was building this tower in the first place. Hello, villagers. If you remember in the very first episode, the introduction to Craftus Minetastica, I showed you the tower that I thought was in the other direction actually. And it lives in this valley over here, and Topsh actually came back and was building a little bit more and building out this cool entrance to his valley. This is where he sleeps the night. And this is the tower that we saw. And this is his valley, and here he lives with the Xeniachu. Let's have a quick walk upstairs, and I can show you what you can see from there. A little teaser for what will come in future episodes. Yeah, there's so much to come. Ooh, that's the wrong exit. I should record more. I had some trouble with the frame rates again, so I hope this is finally solved. Over there is where Gecko lives. He built the Blaze farm in the Nether that I also want to show you in an upcoming episode. I hope to actually be able to record more on this weekend. I do have to work on Monday, so yeah, it will just be the weekend. This is where my tower is. Over there is the spawn valley. Let's go downstairs and I show you a little bit more of what I mapped. If you remember, I was at this ocean, in this ocean island, and there's this ocean monument that I at one point actually want to raid. And I didn't think that there was anything much closer. I was looking for coral blocks and coral reefs, and unfortunately, I couldn't find any. That's why I went like 7,000 blocks away. And because of the upcoming nether changes, I didn't want to build a portal and go through the nether there, because I want to be able to explore the new nether biomes that are upcoming. I'm fairly certain it can't be very long, but you never know. And so, yeah, I walked back. I walked back 7,000 blocks to the spawn, and to actually find my way back, I used maps. So I zoomed out the most I could to 1 to 16. So basically 1 block on this map is, 1 pixel on this map actually is 16 blocks, so basically a whole chunk. And when I came back to the spawn valley, and outside you can actually see the flag. So this is the flag of the spawn valley. It actually doesn't show. Interesting. But yeah, if you have a named banner, it's not a flag, it's called a banner. If you have a named banner and you right click it with a map in your hand, it will appear on the map and will actually show you the name of the banner. If it's not named, then it looks like this. And yeah, so when I came back, basically I came from this direction. So this is where I put the other map. So each of those places. So basically, if you take the the map of this region. It's somewhere in this chest, basically. I put it here, so it has to be this one. So there you can see on the bottom right, you can see the marker. That is this marker there. So yeah, I was walking with maps in my hand, and so I can actually find back there, because if I have that map in my hand, I can just go, oh, there's the marker. And when I arrive there, I will find a tiny hut or something. I'm actually not sure what I built here. I built a tiny hut where this map actually hangs, and there's another one next to it. So basically, this map is there, and there's another one next to it that will show me the way, basically all the way back to where the ocean monument is, and the ocean island with my airship, that you remember from the last episode, I think. Oh my god, it's been so long. I've been working so much. So yeah, once I arrived here, I basically had a little stretch of this map, and then I was here, and I was like, oh, maybe I should map the area so I can actually put this up. It would look really weird if I just had the tiny sliver of this map, returning back to the spawn valley. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And because the spawn valley is actually in this corner of the 4 maps, and on a 1 to 16 scale, it's not really fun to look at if you just have this tiny dot, basically. Because I mean, it's not really big, our spawn valley. It's very tiny and stuff. So yeah, it wouldn't look good on the wall. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And it took me a few days walking up and down. At some point, I actually managed to get a horse. So much of this desert actually has been explored via a horse. Obviously, the water the water was done via a boat. All those white flags here, this is villages. Beside this is actually, there's an ocean temple or ocean monument, but this is all villages. So there's one that actually still has villages. There's actually a village about here. You saw this bamboo sprouting over when we were on the tower. Basically, I think this is actually, you can actually see a little bit because this is my tower. So I think this dot here is actually where the valley is, with the other tower. This is a farmhouse from Gecko, and there where the bamboo is. There is actually a desert town that I'm building. I circle here, but actually I want to have it the whole way. So this is really huge. I will show you in a later episode. And there's a village right here, where all the villagers actually have died. But there's another one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. I'm not sure. I think those are actually ocean monuments again. If it's in the ocean, it will be ocean monuments. So there's 2 basically next to each other. More villages. This is fascinating. So you have this island here, and it's surrounded by 3 ocean monuments, fairly close to each other. When I say fairly close, one of those maps is actually 2,000 by 2,000 blocks. It's a little bit more, but I think it's 2,048. Not sure. About 2,000 by 2,000 blocks. So this map actually spans about 8,000 blocks in total. Did I say 8,000? 2,000, 2,000, it's 4. 4 by 4, 16,000 blocks. So it's basically a kilo chunk. Down here, somebody built a house. I have no idea actually who that is. This is why I want to build a slime farm. This is a swamp, actually, swamp area with not much water, as you can see. It's mostly grass, so that's cool. Why did I put an orange banner there? Something interesting is here that I thought I make an orange banner for. I forgot what it is. There's 2 villages down here in the, is it the tundra? I'm not sure, in the icy biome. It's fascinating. All this is actually a, what's it called? Mega tiger. So you have the Podzol down there. Quite fascinating. You can't see much. You can't see the spawn valley. Basically, the map marker is so big that you can't see the spawn valley. And that's why I decided to have the other map that you can see back there. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Just wanted to show you what I'm working on. So I finished this small storage facility. I made it in the. So I wanna get this trunk down to the bottom. I'm not sure if I ever showed you actually the the tower that I built. Let's sleep so we don't have to look into the night, into the dark. I'm actually not sure if I showed you the tower that I built in the spawn valley. So this is this thing. I started that way back in the beginning, when Aaron was still here, and built this enchanting house, and I just finished this one. My idea was actually to have this this whole valley transformed into kind of a castle backyard thing, like if you remember Game of Thrones, the Winterfell castle. That was the idea. So I started that, but then I was like, yeah, no, it's the community area. I shouldn't like take hold of the whole area. So I just built this tiny in the mountain thing, and wanted to have a tower on top, so that you can see the community area from afar. So this is the tower, and there's the lake, and there's the valley, and Sam Orvesty actually built a cool bridge, so they're extending over there. And their tree house is quite cool. It comes out of the roof there. I feel it's quite well done. They have a stable over there now. At some point I have to do an update what they did. Yeah, you can actually see their beacon. And that's for my current project. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So over there, I showed you on the map. At some point, I will show you. Xemgo actually lives there, and he built a path there. And he built this path over the lake. If you remember, I'm not sure if you remember. So this lake actually spread over there, and he built this cool path to his base. And I was like, yeah, no, that looks a little bit weird to have a path directly at water level in the lake. And while I obviously didn't want to destroy his path, it's his path, I was like, okay, what can we do to make this look a little bit better, more awesome, basically? So I came up with the idea to have a ravine there and a waterfall. So the lake will actually empty out into, what would empty out? It will flow down into a ravine. So we'll just go down a little bit before, so this becomes an actual bridge over a ravine. So there will be a waterfall going down here below. And so now I'm building this ravine. I dug out a whole lot already. There's a artificial mine shaft down there, so I already built up some planks that will go over the ravine. So it will go way deeper. I'm still working on it. There is a tiny lake up here that I also want to build a waterfall down here. That's why I thought, okay, there's water coming from here and from there, so maybe there's some swirling and something, and they carved out a little thing in the middle. So this is where actually the lake was. That's why it's so big and not very ravine-y at that point. So yeah, the ravine actually curves around here and into the other lake where Grondo lives. So yeah, I dug this out, and yeah, for digging that out, actually, I was like, yeah, that will take ages. So I built myself a beacon down in my mine shaft, and let's actually try to get over there and not fall down. I don't have my armor on, so I will actually die if I fall down there. This I might actually survive, no idea. So yeah, if you remember. No, I actually went down the hill from 7 Westies, didn't I? So there's a cool waterfall. Here's where Grondo has his tower. Over there is the stable, the tree houses up there. So last time I actually came down here and showed you where Grondo lives. And this is the way back into the spawning valley. There's a witch somewhere. And I was like, okay, so here's a lake, and why not have a waterfall down here into the ravine? Hello. Oh, maybe it drops that. Always good to have some enchanted stuff. Ouch! Only dropped some rotten flesh. So yeah, there will be a waterfall down there. You can actually see I put some stalagmites or something, or where the water basically carved around some of the stone. Then it will fall way down. The idea is to have it accumulate in the center here somewhere, and I'll build something else that I had planned for ages, actually. When I'm playing Minecraft, I usually have on the second screen I have something on to watch, an old show that I've already watched, so I can actually concentrate more on the game. But especially when you're mining in the mine, or when you're accumulating stuff to build with, because this is survival. I mean, all those blocks don't just come from nothing. You actually have to collect them. That's why this tree is actually standing here. I need the coal to smelt all the cobble that I'm getting. I use the stone that I get from that actually to trade with my villagers over there to repair everything. And yeah, so when I'm playing Minecraft, I usually have something on the second screen. That's also one of the reasons I have the subtitles on, so I can actually still see what's going on without hearing. Because yeah, I usually have the game muted. And so I was watching SAO again, and when I first saw it, there's this one city that's basically below ground, and there's a big lake around it, and it looks awesome. So I was thinking of actually have the water accumulate from both sides in this ravine, and then have this flow into an underground lake and have a big city there. But yeah, that's a project for way later. At first, I want to finish this. So this is the mine shaft where somebody actually built up something. I think it's just for collecting some blocks. Nobody's actually just mining on this level because we're not deep enough. But yeah, this is the storage room from below. I actually put a sign there so you don't dig into it. Eno's room, don't dig into it, thanks. So yeah, community mineshaft entry. That's actually not the community mineshaft, it's mine. Community mine passage, that's the one that I'm building there. Over here, it goes back to Sam and Westies. And this is a dead end, I think. Yeah, so. And yeah, because this is community built, I'm like, yeah, I can't just destroy that. So that's why I built this pathway, and this will be floating above the ravine. I will attach it to this thing where the water will be sloshing around, basically, before it falls down. So it will have 2 levels, the ravine. A little bit lower, I want to say about 8 blocks further down. This is where we'll make a first plateau, and then it will fall down around here-ish, basically, but below this walkway. And then it will fall further down to this, as I say, basically where I want to have it accumulate down here and go into an underground lake. So yeah, this walkway will be propped up from the side of the ravine, basically below here, and then below there where the wood actually is, and will also be held up by this island thing. At the moment, I'm trying to get grass here, so I had some dirt blocks coming down and get the grass here. I do have grass blocks actually from my Silk Touch pickaxe, but yeah, why? So yeah, this will all be grassy then. Up there is actually a giant spruce tree. And I want to put a tree down here. I should actually already put it down. That will be an oak tree. And this is where the water basically splits around. This is where another waterfall will come down here. And yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. And yeah, first update for this weekend. There will be more. Stay tuned. I promise there will be more. See ya, connected people. Oh, I actually have dirt in my hand. I thought I have nothing there. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.